Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher, and today we are going to talk about IIM Kozhikode BMS AT 2025. So, as in the previous session, we have already discussed that in IIM Kozhikode has launched a course that is a course of BMS, and they are going to have an aptitude test of their own. In their session, they have I would say they have given us a sample paper that contain mainly CAT questions only. So we are going to discuss few questions that are from CAT itself. So let's see. So basically, what does it says? Okay. So let's start. Let's try to solve few questions of CAT and see what kind of questions we have received in CAT, and let's try to get the answers as easily as possible. Okay. So basically, what is the first question that says that asks point EFGH lies on the side of AB, BC, CD, and DA, respectively, of a square ABCD. Okay. So basically, I'm going to draw a square that is what ABCD is a square. So we got A, we got B, we got C, we got D. Okay, and it says that E lies on AB, and okay, F lies on BC. So EFGH should lie here. Now it says that area of EFGH is EFGH is also a square which has a square area of 62.5%, means, so I'm not going to read it as 62.5, I'm going to read it as 5 by 8, so that my calculation becomes easier. Okay. CG is longer than EB. Okay, so CG, so G is going to be where? G is going to lie on BC. Okay, so CG is going to be longer than EB, so E is going to be here. Okay, so I am going to get a square like this. Okay, so this is the square E. Okay, I think I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, so let me redraw the shape. So G lies on CD. Okay, so basically, let me change it. G lies on CD. So G lies on CD. So CG is going to be here. So this is G, and that is greater than EB. So E is going to lie somewhere here. So basically, R square is going to look like this. So anyhow, it actually don't make a lot of difference. So I got this. Okay. Now, EFGH is also a square, and area of EFGH is 5 by 8 of this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I am going to assume the side of AB, let's say AB is equal to 8. Just a random assumption. I can go with any number. Okay. So why I am going with 8? Because the area of EFGH is 5 by 8 of this area. So I am thinking that area of ABCD should be a multiple of 8. Okay. So if AB is 8, what is the area of ABCD? Area of square ABCD. What is it going to be? So area of square ABCD is going to be 8 square, that is 64. So what is the area of EFGH? So area of EFGH is going to be 5 by 8 of this. So 5 by 8 of this comes out to be 40. Okay. So basically I can say that the area is 40. So what is the side? Side is going to be root 40. Okay. So I know that EF is equal to root 40. EG is also going to be root 40. Now, because it is a square, it is completely symmetric figure. So I can say EB is equal to CF. ED that is equal to GD, that is also equal to HA, and AE is equal to BF is equal to CG, and that is equal to DH. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here? Okay. So I am simply going to take the first ratio. I'm going to use the options. So basically, EB to CG, EB to CG. Okay. So if this is 1, then this should be 3. Okay, so I would say this is X, this is going to be 3X. I'm using the options. Okay, and so it says 1:3. and total AB is given to us as 8. So if this is x, this should also be 3x, because BF is equal to AE. So 4x is equal to 8. So x comes out to be 2. So this is 2, this is 6. Okay. So I can use Pythagoras theorem. So I'm going to get what? 2 square plus 6 square, that is equal to root 40 square. Is this statement true? Yes, it is true. It means I can say this side is 2 and this side is 8. This side is 6, right? It means the option that I have picked up is right. If I am going to pick up any other option, then that is not going to give me this side as root 40. So in this case, my answer of this question is going to be option A. I'm not going to solve it anymore. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So it says that in a class of 100 students, so basically there are 100 students in a class, 73 likes coffee, okay, 80 likes tea, and 52 like lemonade. It may be possible that some students don't like any of the three drinks, okay, fair point. Then the difference between maximum and possible number of students who like all three drinks. Okay. So first, what is the maximum possible value? Let's say tea. 80 people like tea. Out of 80, 73 like coffee. Okay. And out of the 73, 52 likes lemonade. So what is the maximum value of all three? That is going to be 52. That's the easiest part of this question. Okay. Now, I want to minimize the number of people who like all three. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to think like this, that coffee is 73, tea is what, 80, and lemonade is what, 52. Okay. So let's think of it in such a way that you have three type of toffees. One type is 73, one type is C, that is 73. Second type is T, that you have 80 toffees of category T. You have 52 toffees of category L. So what is the total number of toffees you have? 205. And these 205 toffees must be distributed among 100 people, right? And I want to minimize the number of people who are going to get who are going to get three toffees, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to distribute two toffees to everyone. So 100 people, I'm giving two toffees to everyone. So how many toffees I am distributing? 200. Now remaining are 5 toffees. So those 5 toffees must be distributed among 5 people. So those 5 people have already received two toffees. They are going to get one more. So how many toffees? So those 5 people are going to have how many toffees? 3. And remaining 95 people are going to have how many toffees? 2. So what is the minimum value of exactly 3? That is going to be 5. What is the maximum value of exactly 3? That's going to be 52. What is the difference? That comes out to be 47. So answer of this question is going to be 47. Now this approach is generally taught in our classes, and this approach is called as chocolate distribution. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Okay. That in a class, okay, so anyone has any doubt at any point of time in any of the concept or any of the questions, feel free to ask. If you feel that there is any doubt, you can ask me that doubt. Okay, so there is a class. Okay, I think there is some problem. Okay, so in a class there are 60% students, out of which 60% students are girls and rest are boys. Okay, so 60% of total are girls, and so how many boys are going to be there? 40%. So what is the difference? Difference comes out to be 20% of girls and boys, and question says 20% of total, and that is equal to 30, because there are 30 more girls than boys. Okay, so 20% can be said as 1 by 5 of total is 30. So basically, what is the total number of students we are looking for? That is going to be 150. So 60% means I'm talking about 90 girls, 40% means I'm talking about 60 boys. Okay. Now 68% of the boys, students including 30 pass the exam. Okay. So basically, how I'm going to calculate 68%? Okay. Now that's the important point. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to calculate 70%. So 70% of 150 is going to be 105. Okay. What is 2%? So 1% is 1.5. So 2% is going to be 3. So 68% is going to be difference of these two. So 102 students we are talking about that are passing the exam. And out of 102, there are 30 boys. So how many girls are clearing the exam? That is 72. Okay. Now, what percent of the girls who do not pass? So 18 girls are not clearing the exam out of how many? Out of 90 into 100. So what percent we are actually talking about? That's going to be 20%. So answer of this question is going to be option D, that is 20%. So again, if anyone has any doubt, you want to ask anything, you can just drop a message in the chat box and I'll answer to your query. Okay. Now let's look at this question. What does it says? A, B, C are three positive integers that sum of A and mean of B and C. Okay. So A plus mean of B and C, and that's equal to 5. Okay. Now sum of B and mean of A and C is 7. Okay. Then what is the sum of A and B? That's what question is talking about. Fair point. Okay. First equation I am multiplying by 2. So I am going to get 2A plus B plus C, and that's equal to how much? 10. Second, I am multiplying by 2. I am going to get 2B plus A plus C, and that's going to be how much? Multiply by 2. I am going to get how much? Uh, that is going to be 40. Okay. Subtract. So if I am going to subtract, what I am going to get? This minus this. So I am going to get B minus A, and CC cancels out. So that is going to be what? 4. Okay. So the difference of B and A is going to be 4. Okay. Now A and B, A, B, and C are the three positive integers. Okay. So basically, now there are positive integers, right? So A can't be 0, so A can be 1, B can be 5. Okay. So minimum possible sum can be 6. Okay. A can be 2, B can be 6. Okay. So sum comes out to be what? 8. So basically, can we have 4 as sum? No. Can we have 5 as sum? No. Can we have 7 as sum? No. So what is the possible answer? That's going to be option A. That is going to be 6. So basically, when you are solving these kind of questions, you can directly think of this way and you can easily get the answer. You don't have to worry much about it. Just look at the options, look at the question and solve it, and in most of the cases you will be able to eliminate 3 options. Okay, now let's start this question. What does it say? So it says that hospital A admitted 21 less COVID patients than hospital B. Okay, hospital A, hospital B. Okay, hospital A admitted 21 less. So if number of patients in hospital A are A, then number of patients in hospital B are A plus 21. Okay. Then all eventually recovered. The sum of recovery days for the patients in hospital A and B are 200. Okay. And 152 respectively. Okay. So A people are going to take a total of 200 days, and A plus 21 people are going to take 152 days total. Now, average recovery days in hospital A. So, total number of days is this, number of patients are this. So, average recovery comes out to be 200 upon A. Okay. What is the average recovery days for B? That is total number of days divided by number of patients. Okay. And A was 3 more than B. Okay. So, A is equal to 3 more than B. So, that comes out to be this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's so I don't know what to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the options because I'm going to get quadratic equation. That's going to be very tricky. So I'm going to use 60. So 200 upon 60 is going to be 3 point something, right? 152 upon 81 is going to be 1 point something. 1 point something plus 3 is going to be 4 point something. LHS is not equal to RHS, so rejected. Okay. 35. Okay. So 200 upon 35 is going to be what? It is going to be 5 point something, 5 point something. Okay. 152 divided by what? Uh, it is 35 plus 21 is going to be 50. It is going to be 56. 56, if I divide, I'm going to get 2 point something, and 2 point something plus 3 is going to be 5 point something. So basically, this might be equal. Okay. Let's look at 5. So 200 divided by 5 is 4. 150 divided by 71 is 2 point something plus 3, 5 point something. So LHS is not equal to RHS, definitely. So rejected. 40. So 200 upon 40 is what? 5. 152 upon 61 is going to be close to 2.5 plus 3. That's going to be, this is also going to be greater than this value. So this is also rejected. So am I getting my answer? Yes. So basically, when you are solving these kind of questions, don't make quadratic equations. Just look at the options, use the options, and try to eliminate the answers. So as soon as you eliminate 3, you are going to get the answer. And I think that's the fastest way. Okay. Now let's see. ABC is a right angle triangle with a hypotenuse of length of 20. Okay. If AP is perpendicular to BC, so ABC, hypotenuse is BC, so this is B, this is C, this is A. Okay. And length of BC is 20, and the length of perpendicular is what? This is P. Okay. So basically, whenever we talk about the length of perpendicular, the maximum possible length of a length of perpendicular and right angle triangle is hypotenuse upon 2. It cannot be greater than this always. So basically, if you don't know this concept, remember it, write it down, that maximum possible length from vertex to base, vertex to hypotenuse is going to be hypotenuse divided by 2. That is the maximum possible length. Otherwise, this length is going to be either 10 or less than 10. It cannot exceed 10 ever. So answer of this question is directly going to be option D. So if you haven't heard this concept, kindly note it down. And this is, I think, an important concept. Okay. Now let's look at this question. Okay. Can someone answer this question quickly? Just read this question, take a couple of seconds and respond. What do you think the answer can be? I'll wait so that you can solve this, you can read it, you can answer this question. Hmm. So, what's the answer? So it says it is a 4-digit number. So if it is a 4-digit number, A, B, C, D. Okay. This is a unit place, tens place, hundreds place, thousands place. 1000, hundred and tens. Matlab A plus B plus C, and that's 14. Okay. 5 plus 0 plus 1. Sum is 6, rejected. 9 plus 4 plus 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9, 14. Okay. 4 plus 1 plus 9. Okay. 4 plus 0 plus 9 rejected because sum is not 14. And its sum of hundreds, tens, and unit place is 15. This plus this is 15. Okay. So 1 plus 9 plus 5 is 15. Okay. 1 plus 9 plus 8 is not 15, rejected. So my answer of this question is going to be option B. Option B. Should I spend a lot of time in this question? No. Right. I don't care what question is talking about. I'm simply going to go by this rule that just read the questions, read the question, read 4 options, try to eliminate 3 options. You will get the answer very easily. In these kind of questions, should not take you more than 1 minute, because these kind of questions are going to be extremely easy. Okay. Now let's see this question. Take couple of minutes, figure out. Hmm. So basically, this question says that a mixture contains lemon juice and syrup in equal proportion. Okay. So I got lemon juice and syrup in equal proportion, means 1 and 1. 1 is to 1. So total quantity becomes 2. If a new mixture is creating by adding this mixture, means 2, and syrup in the ratio of 1 is to 3. Okay. So if it is 2, then sugar syrup should be 6. Okay, because ratio should be 1 is to 3. How much sugar syrup we are going to have? 6. What is lemon? 1. What is sugar syrup? 7. So what is the ratio? 1 is to 7. That's the answer. That is option C. We can easily get the answer. We don't have to spend a lot of time in these kind of questions. Okay. Now let's see this one. What does it says? The income of A is 20% more than B and 20% less than K. Okay. So what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to say A is 20% more than B, that is 1.2 times B, and income of A is 20% less than K, that is 0.8 of K. So what I'm going to do? I am going to take a number that is a multiple of 1, 1.2 and 0.8. So I am going to take a number that's multiple of all 3 numbers. So I'm going to assume A's income is 24. Okay. So 1.2B is 24. So B comes out to be what? 20. 0.8K is 24. So K comes out to be 30. So Amla's income is 24. Bimla's income is 20. Kamla's income is 30. Okay. If Kamla's income goes down by 4%. So I need to calculate 4%. So I'm just going to increase one more zero because all the values are in ratio only. So 4% of 300 is 12. So Kamla's income becomes 288. Bimla's income goes up by 10%. So Bimla's income becomes what? 220. Then the percentage by which Kamla's income would exceed Bimla's income. Okay. So Kamla's income exceed Bimla's income by 68. Upon what is Bimla's income? 220 into 100. So this is going to be 30, little bit 30, a little greater than 30. So answer of this question comes out to be 31%. So answer is going to be option B. So this is how we can approach this question. So whenever you see these kind of questions, where all the values are given in percentage and all the values are asked in percentage, always go by one rule, that assume what then I would say assume a number and assume a good number, because assumption is also by generally what people do, they assume a value as 100, right? 100 is not feasible all the times, right? So what you are supposed to do, you need to assume very smartly so that your calculation decreases. Okay, now let's look at next one. What does it says? It says that a trader sells 10 liter of mixture of paint A and B, where amount of B in the mixture does not exceed A. So if A is 5 liters, so in 10 liter of mixture, if A is 5, then B can be 5. Otherwise, A is definitely going to be greater than B. It means the maximum value of B can be 50%. This is what question is saying. Otherwise, this is 1, so this should be greater or greater than 1. It can be 1.5, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be any number. But the maximum value of B can be 50%. That's what question says. Okay. Now, the cost of paint A is 8 liters more than paint B. If trader sells the entire mixture at 264 and makes a profit of 10%. So let's say cost is X and profit is 10%, so selling price becomes 1.1x, and that is equal to 264. So 1.1x comes out to be what? 264. So x comes out to be what? 240. So for 10 liters, total cost is 240. So for 1 liter, what is going to be cost? Cost is going to be what? That is going to be 24 rupees. Okay. Now it says then the highest possible cost of paint B. So highest possible cost of paint B, and so basically if I want the highest cost, it means I need highest quantity of B. Okay. So if cost of B is X, cost of A is going to be X plus 8. Okay. So basically, let's say I am having 2 liter of mixture in which uh, the weight of B is 1, weight of A is also 1. So what is the total cost? That's going to be X. What is the total cost of A? That is going to be X plus 8. And that is equal to total cost of 2 liters. So total cost of 2 liters comes out to be what? 48. So 2x comes out to be 40. So x comes out to be 20. So what is the maximum possible cost of paint B? That's going to be 20 rupees per liter, and that's option B. Okay. Now let's see this question. What does it says? It says that there is a donation box that can receive only checks of 100 rupees, 250 rupees, 500 rupees on one good day. The donation box was found to containing 100 checks. Okay. So there are 3 checks, A, B, C. For 100 rupees, there are A checks. For 250, there are B checks. And for 500, there are C checks. And the total number of checks that we have is going to be what? 100. Okay. It also says that total amount here is going to be 100A, total amount here is going to be 250B, total amount here is going to be 500C, and this is equal to total amount that is going to be 15,250. Can I cancel it by 50? Yes. This is going to be 2. This is going to be what? 5, and this is going to be what? 10. Okay. So this is what that I'm going to get, and that is equal to cancel it by 50, so it is going to be 53 then 2, it is going to be what 53 then 2 5 0. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to get 305. Okay, so I got what? 2A plus 5B plus 10C is equal to 305. Okay, I'm just going to multiply the first equation by 2. So I also get 2A plus 2B plus 2C, and that's equal to 200. Okay, I'm going to subtract now. Minus, minus, minus. So I'm going to get what? 3b plus 8c, and that's equal to what? 105. Okay, fair point. So basically, now how I can solve the question, because the question is talking about the maximum possible number of checks that it can have, 500 rupees. Okay, so if I put c equal to 31, so 31 into 8 is definitely greater than 105. That's not possible. If I put 17, 17 into 8 is greater than 105. That is also not possible. If I put 13, 13 8s are 104. So B will be in fraction. That's not possible. So answer directly comes out to be option 12. So how can I use 12? So if you put 12, 12 8s are 96. 3b plus 96 is equal to 105. So b 3b comes out to be 9. So b comes out to be 3. So that's a possible solution of this equation, right? So whenever you are stuck in these kind of questions, use options. So I've been consistently telling you that use option in all kind of questions. So basically, when you are going to use the options, you are always going to get the answer very easily. It is not going to take a lot of time. Okay. Now let's solve this question. What does it says? Suppose C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 are 5 companies. The profits made by C1, C2, C3 are in the ratio of 9, 10, 8. Okay. And C2, C4 and C5, okay, are in the ratio of 18, 19 and 20. Okay. Okay. So basically, what my job is right now? My job is to right now uh, convert it into single ratio. 8, 10 and 18. What is the LCM? 90. So I'm going to multiply by 8. I'm going to multiply it by 5. Okay. So the first one comes out to be 81, 90, 72. It is going to be 90. So 19 into 5 is going to be 95. And this is going to be what? 100. Okay. So this is what? X, 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 and X. Okay. Now it says that if C5 made 19 crore profit more than C1, so C5 is making 100x, C1 is making 81x. What is the difference? 19x, and that is equal to 19. So what is the value of x? X comes out to be 1. Okay. Now question says what is the total profit made by the companies? Okay, so x is 1. So basically 81x is going to be 81, 90x is going to be 90, 72x is going to be 72, 95x is going to be 95, 100x is going to be 100. So this comes out to be what? 8, 15 plus 18 is 33, 438. So answer of this question comes out to be option C. This was a fairly easy question that we have seen in the ratio. So if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me any doubt. I'll respond to your queries. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.